Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about fall menu ideas. So weather is changing, starting to get cold. Some of the chefs are now changing their menu up to more comfort foods. So today we're going to talk about some of those cuts that can be used, some of the lower end cuts, some high end cuts. Hans is here to talk about some produce. Chef is going to talk about how we prepare these items. So I'll start off with the meat and the protein. We've got a few different cuts here. So pot roast or center cut chuck roll. This is certified Angus beef. I've rolled a couple up here. They look like rolled as a pot roast. We also have the casino roast, which is also from the chuck or the shoulder. This is a nice little lean piece of meat. Works great braising, or that can be cut into steaks also. And then here's one that a lot of people forget about, and that's the beef brisket. This is a $3.50 cut of meat that Chef's going to show you. Did a fantastic pot roast out of this. It's just outstanding. And then some of the other items, unique items, Karubi ribs from White Marble Farms. This is a thick cut spare rib. We can call it also a pork short rib. That works really well. And then of course short ribs, beef short ribs. These happen to be our kosher style 2-inch short rib, very common. Then we move over to lamb shanks, fore shanks and hind shanks. This happens to be a New Zealand 10 to 14 on the fore, and this is a Superior Farms all-natural hind shank 20 to 24 ounce. So these are a couple of the items that I would like to show, and I'm going to hand it over to Chef Jade. He's going to tell you how he kind of prepared these items.
We've got some brisket here that I braised, and again, most of these meats are susceptible to braising, long cooking time with some liquids. Except for the ribs, I did some slow and low, about 225 for 4 hours. So we're going to move on to the brisket here. And Hans will tell you that we've got some of our items that are great for wintertime are the squashes, the butternut squash, the acorn squash. Some green beans and cauliflower, different potatoes, but I did some braised sweet potatoes and yams here.
Hans, what are the good vegetables in the wintertime?
You're going to want to stick with your hard squashes, your butternuts, your potatoes, all sweet potatoes, yams, reds, russet potatoes are great this time of year. The 1s, 2s, and 3-bite tricolor potatoes are fantastic. Brussels sprouts are also good. If you're looking for fruit items, the persimmons and the pomegranates are great. We'll start getting more and more of the orange season as the weeks progress here. Green beans, the 2 5-pound Washington green bean is a great item for holidays. They also make a sunshine blend where you get the yellow wax beans and carrot sticks in there as well. Along the same lines as the meat, you're going to look for things that you can roast, things that you can braise. So a lot of the heartier vegetable items work right this time of year as well. Asparagus is good this time of year. We'll start getting more into California asparagus as the weeks progress. So a lot of options out there for your produce.
Chef, what are you dishing there?
So Brian, this is the lamb shank, the full lamb shank.
This is a hind shank. So this is a really large portion, as you can see. That almost can feed 2 people. 22 to 24 ounces. Very similar to a leg of lamb. It comes off the back of the leg, so it has a similar taste to a roast leg of lamb versus the fore shank here, which has a lot more gelatin in it. A little slightly different flavor, but both very good for the wintertime. Braising items, still relatively inexpensive. Again, we roasted some sweet potatoes. These we're just going to mash up a little bit. And
one thing to remember on a lot of these cold weather veg items, that if you have customers looking for further value added processed items, we have diced, cubed items as well. So we have the bulk, full cases of whole fruit and vegetable, but we also do a lot of the further processed items as well. So that's something to talk up while you're out there.
So this is a great time to get in front of the chef and ask him, Chef, are you going to be changing the menu up for the fall or winter time? It's a great time to spark up the conversation and be the first one to the game. And then you're going to be sending out a flyer with all the SUPCs for all the protein. Hans is going to follow up with a flyer for the items he talked about today and some more. So have that in your tool case there to show them. And this is a great way to spark new items on their menu. And of course, you can always call any one of us to help you out with these items. Chef, what do you got here? Finish it up.
The karubi rib there, and then we've got some. Actually, we'll use some hash.
This karubi rib is a great one. Where to go? Right here. We also call this a pork short rib. Really thick cut of meat. Great value. This is your X cost is like $2.60 for this item. White Marble Farms, again, high quality, and just that's a great item. You can see how thick that cut is that he did there. The meat is just really thick.
Brian, I think this is one of your favorites. This is the short ribs.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, kosher style short ribs. We stock this item. Faciolo cuts these for us. There's 3 bones in there, 2 inches thick, definitely 1 portion per slab there. And that item there is in the $5.60 range X cost, so great item for the fall.
And then our last one, we'll do the little small ones.
New Zealand 4-shank. That could be 1 or 2 pieces per serving. What do you think, Chef?
Well, let's go with 2. Why?
They can do a his and hers even on that. There's plenty on there. That really looks nice.
There's some pretty purple asparagus here. I just trimmed a little bit to show some green. We've got pomegranates and persimmons we could make sauces out of, different kinds of potatoes, cauliflower, but there's some ideas for you.
New item there, the tricolored asparagus. It comes in an 11-pound case, just like traditional asparagus, but it has purple, has green, and also has the white.
That adds a lot of color to those plates, really does. Thank you, everybody.